You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Thursday, May the 14th, 2020. Starting with this AL East game, the New York Yankees beat the Tampa Bay Rays. Final score was 8-0. Jordan Montgomery got the win, and Yanni Chirinos got the loss. The Toronto Blue Jays played the Chicago White Sox, and the White Sox won by a final score of 6-2. Gio Gonzalez got his 6th win of the season in this game. AL Central baseball here between the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers, and the Twins routed the Tigers. Final score 14-3. The Tigers got all 3 of their runs in the 5th inning, and the Twins spread out the wealth of their scoring, and they capped it off with an 8-run 8th inning. Jhoulys Chacin got the win, Ivan Nova got the loss, and Tyler Clippard managed to earn a save, his 2nd of the season. The Los Angeles Dodgers played the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies won. Final score of this one was 4-1. Each team scored their runs in just 1 inning. The Dodgers got their run in the 1st, and then the Phillies put up all 4 of their runs in the bottom of the 4th. Jake Arrieta got the win. Walker Buehler got his first losing decision of the season, and Hector Neris now has 13 saves. The Boston Red Sox and the Texas Rangers played each other, and the Rangers won by a hefty amount. 11-4 was the final score, making it a 7-run differential. Kyle Gibson got the win, and Marcus Walden got the loss. AL West baseball here. The Oakland Athletics played the Seattle Mariners, and the A's won. Final score of this one was 9-2, and the A's continue to lead the American League West, and they gain a half game on the Astros, who did not play today. You'll see more on that in the standings segment of this video. The Milwaukee Brewers played the Cincinnati Reds, and the Reds won by a final score of 7-2. The Reds scored at the beginning and end of this game. They got 3 runs in the 1st and then 4 runs in the 8th. The Brewers can only score 1 run in the 2nd and the 7th inning. Jose De Leon got the win, and Zach Brown got the loss. The Washington Nationals played the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks won by 7 runs. Final score 9-2. Luke Weaver got the win, and Patrick Corbin got the loss against his former team. NL West baseball here. The Colorado Rockies beat the San Francisco Giants. Final score 3-1. Jumbo Diaz got the win. Junior Garcia got the loss. And Wade Davis now with 8 saves on the season. The Giants continue to struggle on the year. You'll see how big their losing streak is in the standings segment. And the Chicago Cubs beat the San Diego Padres, who are on a losing streak of their own. The Padres are, after losing this one. Kyle Ryan got the win. Emilio Pagan got the loss. And Craig Kimbrell now has 14 saves on the season. Let's take a look at standings now, starting in the American League East. The New York Yankees are 26-18. They still lead this division. They beat the Rays today. The Baltimore Orioles are 24-19. They're in the middle of a 3-game winning streak. They're 1.5 games back of the division. The Tampa Bay Rays lost to the Yankees today. They're 24-22 now, 3 games back of the division. The Blue Jays 20-24. They're 6 games back of the division. And the Boston Red Sox got swept in a 2-game set against the Braves and lost to the Rangers today. That puts them at a 3-game losing streak. They're 19-26, 7.5 games back of the division-leading Yankees. In the American League Central, the Chicago White Sox still continue to dominate. They're 31-13. They've won 9 games in a row. They're still in first place. The Twins are in second place with a 28-16 record. They're 3 games back of the division. They've won 2 in a row. The Cleveland Indians are 25-21. They're 7 games back of the division. The Detroit Tigers are 15-29. They're 16 games back of the division. They've lost 2 in a row. And the Royals, even worse than that. The Royals are 12-31. They're 18.5 games back of the division. And in the American League West, the Oakland Athletics are 28-17. They still lead this division. They are on a 7-game winning streak. They've won 8 of their last 10. The Houston Astros are 25-19. They're 2.5 games back of the Athletics. The Astros did not play today, so they automatically moved back a half game because the Athletics won. The Los Angeles Angels are 7.5 games back of the division lead. They're 19-23. The Rangers are 8.5 games back of the division lead. They're 19-25 after beating the Red Sox today. And the Seattle Mariners lost to the Athletics today. They're in the middle of an 8-game losing streak now. 17-29 is their record, and they are 11.5 games back of the Athletics. In the National League East, the Washington Nationals are 26-17. They still lead this division. The Phillies are catching up, though, to the division lead. They're 25-18. They're a game back now of the division after winning 7 straight games and winning 9 of their last 10. The Atlanta Braves are on a 5-game winning streak. They're getting hot as well. They're 23-21, 3.5 games back of the division. The Marlins are also 3.5 games back, and they also have a 23-21 record. And the Mets, the oddball out here, the Mets are 8 games back of the division lead with an 18-25 record. In the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals now lead the division all by themselves. They're 23-21. The Brewers are a half game back. 23-22 is their record. The Brewers have lost 7 of their last 10 games. The Cubs have lost 6 of their last 10. They're 22-23, 1.5 games back of the division. The Cincinnati Reds are 20-24, 3 games back of the division. And the Pirates, down at the bottom, 15-27 is their record. They're 7 games back of the division lead. And in the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers are on a 3-game losing streak. Though they still lead this division, they're 27-15. That hot streak they had at the end of April has helped them keep this lead. The Diamondbacks are crawling up this division, though. They are 24-20, 4 games back of the division. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. The Padres have gotten cold, and if it wasn't for such a great April, they would be in big trouble right now, but they're still in 3rd place. They're 23-21. They're 5 games back of the Dodgers, but they have lost 10 in a row now. The Colorado Rockies are 18-25. They're 9.5 games back. They're on a 4-game winning streak, and they are in 4th place in this division. And the San Francisco Giants have lost 13 games in a row. They're 17-27, and they're 11 games back of the division, now the ones in last place. And taking a look at league leaders, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Chris Davis, .385 average. He reclaims the league lead. Michael Brantley and Miguel Cabrera, 2nd and 3rd best with a variation of a .371 batting average. In the National League, David Dull has a .367 average. That's good for the league best. Ronald Acuna Jr., .348, good for 2nd best. And Andrew McCutchen rounds out the top 3. He has a .347 batting average. Hits leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu and Chris Davis tied for the league best with 67. Miguel Andujar right behind them. He's at 64. That's good for 3rd best in the American League. In the National League, Jonathan Villar, the only player in the National League with over 60 hits. He has 62. Paul Goldschmidt and Ronald Acuna Jr. tied for 2nd best with 54. At bat leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu, 187. That leads the AL. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has 183 at bats, and that leads. American League doubles leaders. Miguel Andujar has 18. Marcus Semien right behind him with 17. And 3 players tied for 3rd best. Anthony Rendon, Jose Abreu, and Jose Iglesias. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has 20 doubles. That leads all of baseball. Christian Yelich and Trey Turner tied for 2nd best with 17. Triples leaders in the American League, Jose Altuve has 5. Whit Merrifield, Oscar Mercado, and Adalberto Mondesi all tied for 2nd best with 3. In the National League, Chris Bryant and Jonathan Villar tied for the league best with 5. 3rd best belongs to both Andrew McCutchen and Trey Turner. They're tied with 4. Home run leaders in the American League. Chris Davis has 18. That's good for the league best. Josh Donaldson, 2nd best with 17. And Matt Olson, 3rd best with 15. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has 16. He leads Max Muncy by 2. Max Muncy has 14. And Paul Goldschmidt rounds out the top 3 with 13. RBI leaders in the American League, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has 45. Austin Meadows, Jose Abreu, and Chris Davis tied for 2nd best with 42. And Josh Donaldson, the only other American League player with 40 or more, he's right at 40. That's good for 5th best in the American League. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt has 39 RBIs. Christian Yelich has 33. That's good for 2nd best. And Cody Bellinger rounds out the top 3 with 32. Runs scored leaders in the American League. Yohan Moncada has 38. Jose Abreu has 37. And Marcus Semien and Chris Davis, 3rd best with 35. In the National League, Trey Turner and Ronald Acuna Jr. share the lead for this category. They're each at 37. And then Paul Goldschmidt and Christian Yelich tied for 3rd best with 32. Stolen base leaders in the American League. D. Gordon, Adalberto Mondesi, and Mike Trout lead the AL. They each have 9. In the National League, Starling Marte's up to 20. He leads this league. Trey Turner, 2nd best with 12. And Ronald Acuna Jr., 3rd best with 11. Walks leaders in the American League. Alex Bregman, 29. Mike Trout has 27. Travis Shaw, Shin-Soo Choo tied for third best with Cavan Biggio with 26. In the National League, Rhys Hoskins has 33. Tony Walters, Brandon Belt, Ronald Acuna Jr. tied for second best with 28. On-base percentage leaders in the American League. Mike Trout, 451. That leads the AL. Chris Davis, second best with a 448. And Michael Brantley rounds out the top three with a 443. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has a 446. Andrew McCutchen, second best with a 426. And Christian Yelich, 425. That's good for third best. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League. Chris Davis, 770 slugging percentage. That leads the AL. Mike Trout behind him with a 724. And Josh Donaldson rounds out the top three with a 677. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr., 748. Christian Yelich, 707. And Corey Seager, 683. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League. Chris Davis, 1.219. That leads. Mike Trout, second best. Michael Brantley, third best. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. leads with a 1.194. That's good for the league best. Christian Yelich, second best. Corey Seager, third best. Moving on to pitcher statistics. Wins leaders in the American League. Asher Wojciechowski, Gio Gonzalez, and Lucas Giolito all tied for the league best. They each have 6 wins. In the National League, Walker Buehler has 6 wins, the only one in the NL, and that leads all National League pitchers. Losses leaders in the American League. Dylan Bundy, Chris Bassett, Asher Wojciechowski, Reynaldo Lopez, and Kenta Maeda all tied for the league best. No losses yet this season. In the National League, Carlos Martinez, the only NL pitcher left without losing a game this season. Saves leaders in the American League. Brad Hand has 18, Liam Hendricks has 16, Michael Givens and Roberto Ozuna tied for third best with 15. In the National League, Giovanni Gallegos has 17, Sean Doolittle has 15, and there are 4 pitchers tied for third best. Will Smith, Craig Kimbrell, Josh Hader, and Kenley Jansen all tied with 14. Earned run average leaders in the American League. Zach Plesac, he has a 1.82 earned run average. That's good for the league best, and he's the only American League pitcher with an earned run average under 2. In the National League, Mike Soroka, Walker Buehler, and Caleb Smith, the top 3, and they are the only pitchers in the National League with an ERA under 2. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers. Gio Gonzalez leads this. He's allowed just 2 home runs this season. In the National League, Garrett Richards has allowed just 2 home runs now. He was at 1 previously, but now he's at 2. That still leads the National League. Shutouts among American League pitchers. Garrett Cole, Masahiro Tanaka still at the top of this category. They each have 2 shutouts. In the National League, Zach Wheeler and Walker Buehler are still tied for the top of this category. They each have 2, and they lead the NL. Strikeout leaders in the American League. Garrett Cole has 73. That leads the league. Lucas Giolito, second best with 70. And Jake Odorizzi, third best with 67. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw has 77 strikeouts. That leads. Chris Archer, second best with 71. Steven Strasburg, third best on the brink of 70. He's at 69. Complete games thrown by American League pitchers this season. Garrett Cole and Masahiro Tanaka have thrown the most. They each have 2. In the National League, Zach Wheeler has thrown 3 complete games. That leads all National League pitchers. Walker Buehler next best with 2. Innings pitched leaders in the American League. Shane Bieber has thrown the most innings. He has thrown 66 1/3 innings. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw has thrown the most, 62 2/3 innings pitched. He's the only National League pitcher with 60 or more innings thrown so far this year. Walks allowed among American League pitchers. Carlos Carrasco at 7, Adam Plutko at 9, and everybody else on this list in double digits. In the National League, Alex Wood, the only pitcher who is still in single-digit walk total. He has 9, everybody else in double digits. Whip leaders in the American League. Zach Plesac still at a .96. He's the only American League pitcher under a 1. In the National League, Mike Soroka, the only pitcher left with a whip under 1. He's at .99. Very close to 1, but not quite. Still qualifies for the league best. Pitching war among American League pitchers. Shane Bieber, 1.6. Carlos Carrasco, 1.5. Charlie Morton and Garrett Cole, close to 1.4. That's the top 4 in the AL. In the NL, Chris Archer, 1.9. Jacob deGrom, 1.7. Yu Darvish, 1.6. Batting war leaders in the American League. Mike Trout, 3.3 batting war. He's trailed by Marcus Semien, who has reached The 3 plateau now. Chris Davis has been around 3. He's good for third best right now in the American League. Very close to his teammate Marcus Semien, but not quite due to the little numbers beyond the 3.0. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr., 3.6. That leads the NL. Christian Yelich, second best, 3.1. And Jonathan Villar, third best, with a 2.8. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Thursday, May the 14th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's Virtual Network.